Actually, when Vajrayana Buddhism let's say is appreciated by people in whose let's say historical background the Vajrayana Buddhism technically does not exist. So in that situation, when that person gets interested and inspired to learn the teaching of Buddhism, teaching of Buddha, which now everybody calls Buddhism, and particularly Vajrayana Buddhism, as your request for me to explain, then of course it influences that person's perception about everything, above all about himself or herself, and everything around him or her, and also everyone else that they interact. But that influence is not something unusual, because let's say if some Oriental people from a remote village goes to their capital, for example, like somebody from, since right now I'm in India, so somebody from North India, like remote area, goes to places like New Delhi or Mumbai, Chennai. That environment itself will affect that person's perception about himself or herself and everything and everyone else. But it is natural. So when somebody who was never exposed to the detailed teachings of Vajrayana Buddhism get exposed to Vajrayana Buddhism, then it will have impact on them. Yes. But nothing unusual. And when you talk about its impact on a culture of a country or culture of a particular society, or the impact of that society to the Vajrayana Buddhism, or all these things, yes, there will be something. But it will not be something that is so significant that we have to highlight it, because it will be very subtle. For example, right now I'm talking Dharma, about Dharma in English, and instead of talking in Tibetan. So this is also a change, but it is not something unusual. Tibetan is also a language, English is also a language, and at the same time, of course, right now I'm talking to a camera, and of course behind that camera there is lots of people. and I'm talking to them. So these things affect you, or affect the way the Dharma is presented, little bit, but not very much. And I wanted to say one thing. Actually, as a disciple from a different culture and different background, become a practitioner of Vajrayana Buddhism, it should affect them in a positive way. But it should not make them something totally different. Because lotus is always lotus. Whether it grows in east or in west or in north or in south, it needs to grow with its conditions. You take a lotus seed from a tropical place to a very high altitude place, then you have to create the condition for that lotus. Otherwise, that lotus will become a dry lotus. So, same way, if something from very high land is taken to low land, then vice versa. So, this kind of adjustment, this kind of slight changes are necessary. And if one is sincere as a disciple, learning the Dharma, and also a sincere teacher teaching the Dharma as a guru, then this change is not something that one should be concerned. But if one changes for the sake of becoming popular, becoming kind of trendy, trend, fashionable, popular, for that purpose change the Dharma as a teacher, then I think we have to think very carefully. Because there is a saying in European, a common sort of thing, they say, don't throw the baby with the bath water. You throw the bath water away, but keep the baby. So we should not change the Dharma for the sake of making it so-called accessible or popular or acceptable or something. Because a person who can't understand the Dharma, then you have to make that person to understand the Dharma. It is not that you have to make the Dharma not necessary to be understood. So this way, I think there is something that we should be concerned when it is changed intentionally. This also goes with the individuals, their own culture.